Okay, so you're just getting hit with fine after fine after fine. And are you having big contracts during this time?
I'm having contracts. They're not huge, but I have very solid contracts at the time. It was a time, man, where that was a time I was just going through a lot of shit with my ex. You know what I mean? So I was trying my hardest to be able to focus on the court and play, but little things would trigger me, and I had a very quick trigger. You know, at the same time, that's the end of that season was, you know, I got into it with Doc Rivers.
What is up, y'all? It's your girl Brand New, and I'm back in the building. And this time, honey, I'm back with my little mini series, I guess you could say, on Matt Barnes and Gloria Govan. Y'all know he now having issues with his baby mama, Ananza Sims. Yeah, that's her name. On this part 3, I want to talk about the situation with Derek Fisher, because he enters the picture. You know, Gloria and Matt, they're already having all of these volatile issues with trying to co-parent, but Derek enters the picture, honey, and Matt feels a way about it. So let's check that out, honey.
Going into the playoffs, I think. We were watching film one time, and he didn't want to call out the players he needed to call out, so he called out me on two, like, bullshit things and was being hella disrespectful. And I just took offense to it, and, you know, I think the whole room had felt it at the time that it was just his day to pick on me, but it was my time where I was going through, you know, a nasty split up, and I just wasn't taking no shit from anyone, so I barked back, and, you know, ended up being the first trade. After that season ended, because we ended up losing to Houston, I was the first trade, like at 12:01 at the trade started. You could start trading at 12. I was traded by 12:01, a lot mentally, and I was smoking a lot of weed, you know, to kind of keep me on edge. Lucky if I wasn't smoking, who telling, you know, what could have ended up happening, because I really feel like, although I had a few outbursts, that if I didn't have the weed, there would have been a lot more.
Well, then you went to the Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the whole Derek Fisher situation happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you and Derek Fisher had a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were friends.
Yeah.
Now, was y'all friends or was y'all teammates? Y'all let me know.
Derek started dating Gloria.
Mm-hmm.
Without you actually knowing.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he actually started staying at your house.
Mm-hmm.
With your sons.
Yeah.
In the house.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. Okay, I'm putting this all together now, y'all. He done paid all this money in legal bills. Now she got this new man up in there that somebody you supposedly cool with. Man, I'm surprised you ain't in jail, honey. I would have been kind of upset too. Y'all know I'm all for women moving on, but he done paid all these damn legal bills, his and hers, and the girl kept taking him back and forth to court. This is crazy. I always thought this situation was crazy.
Then you found out one day, and you were roughly 95 miles away.
Yeah.
When you found out.
So this was where I was in Memphis. I had left from Memphis a little bit early, just to get acclimated to my new teammates. We, as the Memphis Grizzlies, came back to Cali to have training camp in Santa Barbara. So at this point, Gloria and I are split up, and it's a cool line of communication. You know what I mean? So we're cool. So I hit her up like, yo, I'm coming back for training camp. I haven't seen the boys for a minute. Can you bring the boys down Friday? Saturday is my last day. And then I probably gonna get Sunday off so I can just go back to LA. You know what I mean? So I can just spend more time with the boys, and she was cool with it. So she brings the boys down Friday. We hang out, get to see the boys. Saturday, the boys come from practice, my last day of practice, and my coach's like, okay, we're off Sunday. Be back in Memphis by practice is like 1 o'clock, so just be back in Memphis Monday morning. So I end up driving back to LA with Gloria and Derek. I ended up driving back to LA with Gloria and the boys.
Right.
So I'm driving, her truck home. We're not really talking to, like I said, we're cool, but it's just not, like we're separated. We're not, so we're really not talking too much. Like she's on her phone and I'm just focusing, looking at my phone, talking to the boys a little bit. So we make a pit stop, maybe like 45 minutes into the drive from Santa Barbara back to LA. Me and the boys get one thing, she gets another thing. So me and the boys are in the Escalade they're watching their little cartoon way in the back. And we're waiting for Gloria to come back. And she starts walking out of the place she got her food, not realizing that her Bluetooth comes on in the car. It's just like a movie. So her Bluetooth, so her whole conversation stops the boys' movie. They don't really pick up on it, but I'm just like, yo, I fucking know this voice. And I hear, baby, I miss you, and I can't wait to see you.
Oh, shit. Matt, it just wasn't your time, brother. You was just being hit left and right with bad news, honey. Okay.
Yeah, and we had so much fun in New York. I'm like, what the fuck? That's Derek's voice. So that's the first time I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So she gets back. So she's maybe 10 feet from the car, and I guess I'm just ice grilling her. That she like freezes like a deer in the headlights. Like she knows by this time that her Bluetooth is on in the car. So she gets back in the car. I'm like, who the fuck you talking to? And she kind of freezes up. And obviously I'm not going to get super loud because the boys are in the back. And I know it was Derek. And I said, I was like, Derek, next time I see him, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And it hung up. And then the boys' cartoon comes right back on. So needless to say, like I said, well, I wasn't really going to get into it with her. So it was dead silence like the next hour back home. She drops me off at my condo in Marina. I say bye to the boys. And then I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm thinking, I'm back in my place. I'm smoking, like, I'm going to whip this dude's ass. And it's not even so much, just come to me. It's a hard situation, but come to me. But I end up finding more shit out. So then later that night, one of my twins hits me. And he's kind of shook. And he's like the rambunctious twin. Like, he's the one that's always bouncing off walls. And he kind of just, his vibe is off. And he's FaceTiming me. And I'm like, Carter, what's up, bro? He shakes his head, nothing. It's like, well, what's going on? Like, why are you not talking? He just shakes his head, nothing. And then he puts his head down on the couch and puts a pillow over his face. And in the phone, he's like, your friend Derek is over here. And I'm like, no.
Oh, shit. Damn, them damn twins. They told on their mother, well, at least one of them, honey, okay?
No fucking way. Like, that's not real. I'm like, what? I was like, where's your mom? And it's like, well, mommy, Isaiah, and Derek are at the store or some shit like that. So then I hit my other twin, Isaiah. I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, we just got done running errands. We went to the store and to the airport. I'm like, oh, who did you pick up from the airport? And I think it was tough. So they're probably, what is this? They're probably 6 at this time. So it's almost like I'm asking him a question, but he doesn't want to tell on his mom. So I can tell him looking at his iPad. And he looks up at his mom like, can I answer this question? So I'm like, all right, let me talk. He's like, we went to pick up mommy's friend Derek. And I'm like, oh, so Carter said it's my friend. And then Isaiah said it's mommy's friend. So I was like, let me talk to your mom. And she takes the iPad and she's like, I can't talk right now. I'm getting ready to have some people. I was like, man, fuck that. Like, we need to talk. So she goes in the garage and she's like, well, I wanted to tell you, but today happened. I didn't know how to tell you. I was like, nah, fuck that. I was like, you got this dude around my kids and you didn't tell me. I mean, like.
Now, is it a big deal because it's somebody you used to play with? Were you all friends? That is my question. Because if it's just somebody you used to play with, she still could have said something. But hell, I mean, she was mad at Matt. So, and it seemed like she was very spiteful towards Matt. So it kind of makes sense that she wouldn't tell him anything. But the whole situation, honey, it is messy.
You got this dude.
But it makes a good ass story though for a book. All right, Gloria, girl, you better get that pen game up.
My house, and you didn't tell me, like,
which you're paying for, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn. See, this is why you getting screwed, Matt, because you paying for every damn thing. Paying for the court fees, paying for the house, paying for the car that she drive. He gonna end up driving the car, and I know you gonna have a fit with that. And then he wrecked the car. That was Matt's car that he wrecked.
Which makes it a little little stingier.
Right. So I'm just like, and then she cops like a little attitude where like, you can't tell me who I can be with, and hangs up on me. I'm like, okay. But so by this time, like, both my cars are already out in Memphis, and this is pre-Uber for me. So like I have a little my homeboy stays with me, but he's always gone though. His Bentley was downstairs, but I couldn't find the keys. So I'm rummaging through the house. He's in Vegas, like, bro, where are your keys? I don't need your keys. I need to go somewhere. And I kind of briefly told him I need to find your keys. So I finally found his keys. I go down the parking lot, put that bitch in reverse, and he has a flat tire. And it's a Bentley, so I can't just like rough the shit up. So I'm just like, fuck, what do I do? So I say, fuck it. So I just drive it. I put the hazards on and drive like 3 miles an hour, like 4 blocks to the gas station.
You tripping, man. Why you do all of that?
Put some air in the tire. I'm like, fuck it, I'm on. So I'm headed over there. So I think the whole situation was, I don't know where Kanye heard the story from, but everyone thought that once Kanye said 90 miles or 95 miles, that I drove from Santa Barbara to Manhattan Beach, when all I drove was from Marina Del Rey to Manhattan Beach.
Okay, which is like 20 miles or something.
It's 15 minutes.
15 minutes, right.
Yeah. So
well, I guess you were bumping Tupac the whole time?
The whole time, man. So I'm bumping Tupac.
Probably not the right type of music
so
at this point.
I hit up Gilbert Arenas. And I'm just...
His crazy ass. Y'all know that he's Laura's baby daddy. Laura Govan's baby daddy. He crazy. And this fool, he act like he don't like dark-skinned women, and he dark-skinned, and all they damn kids is dark-skinned. Make it make sense.
Just like, kind of briefly give him what's going on. I was like, I'm probably going to need to get bailed out of jail tonight. He's like, what's going on? And I'm just like, Derek's, and I kind of give him a little story. He's like, Gilbert's a motherfucking fire starter himself.
So he's the instigator.
He was gassed anyways. Like,
he's the guy that brings the gun into the locker room.
Right. He's like, I got you, whatever you need, you're good. So I end up getting to the house, and I give him my keys back by this time, so the front door's locked. And I hear people in the backyard, and I smell the fire pit. So I hop the fence. And it's crazy too, like I'm in a hoodie and a beanie, and I'm walking along the side of the fence, and then this is probably 10 o'clock at night by now. So you walk down the side of the house, and then the backyard opens up a little bit, and as soon as I turn into the backyard, I see Derek with his arm around Gloria, so I just fire on him. Stuck him.
Well, I guess you jumped over the gate.
Yeah, I jumped over the back fence. It was locked.
Right.
You crazy as hell. Crazy. Why you need to fight the man? You should have just went and had a conversation like, dude, we used to play together. We used to be cool. You could have said that you was dating my ex, but fighting people, I don't know. You don't want the woman. She crazy as hell. You the one that filed for divorce. So I'm confused, you guys, on why he's fighting, but I understand him being upset.
Gilbert Arenas, I guess, did an Instagram post about it.
Yeah, there was no
play-by-play.
There was nobody stopped. Like there was no. I was on another planet that night, so I end up walking in there, and then the first people I see are Gloria and Derek. So I turn the corner, take off on him. Everybody starts screaming, and she had people over, a bunch of people over. So I hit him. He falls into the sliding glass door.
Okay, so you actually punch him in the face,
yeah,
and you connect.
Okay, and hit him and knock him into the sliding glass door. And then I'm jumped on by like 3 or 4 dudes. Everyone's screaming. All the girls are telling me to stop, Matt, stop, Matt. And I get these motherfuckers off my toe. Whoever gets in my way is getting hands. So I get into the house, and we get around this little island, and we're kind of playing Tom and Jerry. Him, no, we need to talk. We need to do this. Like, no, we don't need to do this. Everybody's screaming like, fuck that. You had your chance to talk to me, bro. Like, we fighting.
All right, you guys, that's all I have to say about this part 3. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, Brand New, and I will check you guys out later.